Katie Gambler starts getting calls from this super creep, and he's telling her he's going to rape her. He's going to rape her kids. The dad, by the way, the dad responds and sends a text. No, actually took the phone from his wife because it was on Christmas Day. This guy had been calling nonstop. The dad takes the phone, the husband, says, "Hey, look, you motherfucker." And the guy, of course, immediately tells him off and then sends him gay porn on his phone. Which made me laugh. I have to admit, I laughed. As stupid as that is.
Nice comeback. Wait, on Christmas Day, too?
Yes.
Merry Christmas. Here's a package for you.
What is the perfect troll for dad? Some gay porn.
On Christmas Day. It's like being fired right before Christmas. He sent me gay porn on Christmas Day. If it was any other day, it'd be okay.
Someone sent me gay porn on Memorial Day. Everybody knows my father died in World War II. It's the last funny thing about this. So anyway, the next thing you know, there are all kinds of super hot realtors are getting calls like this. And they all go to the police. And the police always say, I mean, and this is something you'll see in true crime stories all the time. Go, hey, we're not a cyber crimes expert. We're police. Police
We're
basically.
Buford. What do you want from us?
The police have so much to deal with offline. When you start throwing online crime at them, generally they have someone who does, is their best tech person who maybe tries to deal with it. But it's very tricky and it's not sufficient.
But once again, you think they have the budget in Buford to have a cyber crimes division? No, of course
I doubt it. But they didn't get anywhere, and the police said, "Yeah, there's really not much we can do." So realtors have to, the thing about realtors, they have to answer strange phone calls.
Yeah.
And so this guy keeps changing the number, and they keep answering it because they think they're going to miss out on an appraisal or a listing or a sale, and it's this fuckface creep who first is calling intermittently, then starts calling every day, then starts calling like every hour.
Oh, Jesus.
And he starts leaving voicemails, too. When they think it's him, he leaves these horrible voicemails, which they played a few of them on the show, by the way, and they're really
Yeah, creepy. Here's one.
Me again.
So in May 2019, this has been going on for quite a while. Investigator took the number and did some research and found out it was from voice over IP. So the guy's calling over the internet where you can pick your own phone number and hide your identity. Yeah. So he gets a search warrant. This is a lot of hassle for a local cop, too. He gets a search warrant in Lubbock, Texas, because they find out the calls are coming from Texas. And the subscriber info came from Lubbock, Texas. And it all is tied into the same apartment complex. It could be anyone in the apartment complex. So they start looking at the people in the complex, which is in a weird area. There's a lot of ex-cons there and stuff. But they determine that the guy in apartment number 1 he's a sex offender. And this is probably the guy. So they get the search warrant.
That's a nice place.
An apartment full of ex-cons.
I know.
That's a nice place.
You can't just get a search warrant for every apartment. You have to be specific.
Yeah.
So they explained this, and really it wasn't easy, but they got a search warrant. So they go in, they get the devices. There's not anything in the apartment that really seems obvious, and then they realize that, oh, this is an older guy. He's like much older. Like I think he's
like J. Howard Marshall.
Not that old, but they started to feel like this guy doesn't seem maybe that he'd be tech savvy enough. He's probably a boomer, and so they take his devices anyway. They go through them and they determine it's not him. It seems like it would be, but it's just not. So that's the end of that. So the calls start ramping up, and then they start coming up with. Did you look up Katie Gambler, by the way?
Yeah, I've been looking at her.
Isn't she cute?
She looks great.
Check out Kate, Catemarmonti, Kate Marmonti, Cate. She's a redhead. I thought she was disabled. If I was younger, I would have thought she was disabled. But she's a beautiful redhead.
Ugh.
Actually, all the women were very pretty. Naturally, because he chose them, and he starts calling people all over the country.
Well, it's like the McDonald's dude. The guy that was calling the McDonald's and getting and Taco Bell's and all those fast food places and having them strip.
Yep. So
Wait, is that him? Oh, Brandon, you ruined it. I think
all these,
saw what he looked
I know
like.
you did. You kind of a spoiler alert there. All these beautiful realtors all over the country are getting these calls, hundreds. And the calls are ramping up. It's like this guy's doing nothing but calling realtors, except the realtors don't really know about each other. And they all go to their local police, and all the local police say, no, really nothing we can do about it. So, what happens eventually is these realtors who are so frustrated because they have to keep answering their phone, they have to listen to their voicemail. He's threatening their kids now, saying he's going to rape them and he's going to rape their kids. In some cases, he's giving them.
Wouldn't you love someone to go, you know what, dude? Nobody can rape that many people. Knock it off. That's ridiculous.
No, it's crazy, but it's still scary.
Oh, I'm not saying
people.
It's not scary, but
and when he starts giving specific dates,
to rape everybody.
No, he can't, but they don't all know about each other. So they think it's them.
Come on, you rapist!
He's stuck on them. So a number of these realtors, they get to the point where, well, I can't do anything about it. I'm going to get a gun. And they get guns, and they go to the shooting range, and they learn to shoot, and they're carrying handguns around because they're so afraid this person is going to come get them. I mean, just the insanity of it it's just crazy. So then a realtor in Waco, Texas, starts getting texts.
They did a lot of shooting.
With also with her kids' pictures. I mean, when somebody starts sending you threatening to rape you, and they're sending your kids' pictures, and then she shares this with her friend Kate, C-A-T-E, Kate Marmonti. Did you look her up?
I couldn't find her.
She's in Waco, a realtor in Waco. She's very pretty. I would have thought she was disabled when I was little, but she's a very attractive redhead.
She doesn't need to get to the hospital?
She needed to be in a program at some point, I'm sure. I mean, she could have been a sped. I don't know. Anyway, she shares this with
sped.
Allison shares this with Kate, who says, I'm getting calls too. Ooh. And so they're like, what? And they determine that, yes, the calls are the same thing. And so they then put something out on Facebook saying, any realtors getting, obscene phone calls from someone? Yes, lots of people respond to it. And their children are getting threatened, and they're getting pictures of their children sent. It's really becoming but not everyone reads Facebook. So anyway, Kate and Allison go to the sheriff's office in Waco with 10 other realtors, all who've been threatened. And the sheriff's office decides, well, we're going to do our own investigation. They don't know about the Beaufort investigation, by the way, but they determine that, it's VoIP numbers. And they also came to the conclusion separately that it was coming from this apartment complex, the same one. So all they know, because they're working with Lubbock police now, is that it's not number one. And there's 10 other apartments. So what they do is they determine, okay, well, who still lives there from the Beaufort investigation and lives there now too? And anyone that's moved, we can eliminate them. So they determine that there's only one guy who still lives there. I know, isn't that pretty good research?
Loser.
Pretty good homework. Mm-hmm. Andy Castillo. And they get a search warrant for Andy Castillo, and they find out that, yes, he groped a woman in public, was arrested for that. He sexually abused a handicapped child who was nonverbal, so couldn't tell anyone. A number of other arrests, too. And so they arrest him on January 6th, 2020. This is about 2.5 years after he'd started doing this. He has no job. He sits home and calls at least 120 realtors a day.
Holy cow.
Yep. All day.
What's his phone bill look like?
So he's charged with threatening children with sex, threatening to have sex with children, which allows them to get his DNA. They get his DNA, and they solve 2 murders.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he murdered 2 women, 2 unsolved murder cases where they knew that the same person had committed them. His fucking DNA, they get a hit.
And you're telling me this was not on Very Scary People?
No.
This sounds like a very scary
It was Devil in the Web.
Well,
Devil in the Web.
Devil in the Web on
the
Investigating
laziest
ID.
naming of shows.
There's a lot of crap, but it's murder. It's murder for the it's on the market for murder is the name of the show.
The market.
Well, they're real estate people.
I got the pun.
Are you open for murder?
So This could cross over to very scary people. This guy's scary. Look at his picture. Look at how creepy he looks.
Is he separated at birth with little Richard?
Benicio, wait, what about Benicio del Torres?
Oh, if Benicio
Does
del
he look
Toro,
like a crazy Benicio del Torres?
Del Toro, and he
Toro?
has a kid with
I don't know. This picture, he kind of looks like a Hispanic Mike Clark.
Miguel Clark.
Miguel Clark.
He does. You gotta put the glasses on him.
Yeah, with the glasses, maybe.
But this mugshot's crazy. He's got crazy eyes.
Yeah, he's crazy. How could you not put that guy
Mike
away?
Clark.
Oh, there he is.
Make that one big.
He's got glasses on in a mugshot. It's not that. It's not dead nuts. Come on. It's
pretty fucking close.
It's in the ballpark.
I really thought this one kind of.
Oh man.
If we could just put
that
it
one. That looks like a very puzzled Mike Clark.
For God's sake.
Anyway.
Oh, Dios míos.